Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 3 to the power of m minus 2 to the power of m is equal to 65. Now what I'm first going to do is I'm going to take the power of 2 over 2 on the left-hand side here. So now I have 3 to the power of m to the power of 2 over 2 minus 2 to the power of m to the power of 2 over 2. This is equal to 65. Now 2 over 2, this is the same thing as 1. So we're basically saying 3 to the power of m to the power of 1, which is the same thing as 3 to the power of m. So we didn't make any major changes here. Now if we have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So I'm going to use this exponential property for both 3 to the power of m to the power of 2 over 2 and 2 to the power of m to the power of 2 over 2. So now I have 3 to the power of m times 2 over 2 minus 2 to the power of m times 2 over 2 is equal to 65. Now, 2 over 2, this is the same thing as 1 over 2 times 2. So I'm going to rewrite 2 over 2 as 1 over 2 times 2 for both of them. And remember, if we have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine m and 1/2 to make 3 to the power of m over 2 times 2. So now I can use this property. So now we are going to have 3 to the power of m over 2 to the power of 2 minus 2 to the power of m over 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 65. Now I'm going to set x equal to 3 to the power of m over 2. I'm going to set y equal 2 to the power of m over 2. So now if we plug in x and y into our equation here, we get x squared minus y squared is equal to 65. So now let's go ahead and solve this problem. If we have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So, well, x squared minus y squared, this is in the same form, meaning x squared minus y squared, this is the same thing as x plus y times x minus y, and now this is equal to 65. Now 65, this is the same thing as 13 times 5. So we have x plus y times x minus y is equal to 13 times 5. Now this can give us two equations. We have x plus y is equal to 13 and x minus y is equal to 5. So this is essentially a system of equations. So if we add these two systems together, we'll cancel these two out, and we get 2x is equal to 13 plus 5 is 18. So now if we divide both sides by 2, these two cancel out, and we are left with x is equal to 18 divided by 2 is 9. So our value for x is 9. So now that we have our value for x, well, let's go ahead and find our value for 9 by plugging in x into this equation. So x plus y equals 13. If we plug in 9 for x, we get 9 plus y is equal to 13. Now, if I subtract 9 on both sides, these two cancel out, and I would get y is equal to 13 minus 9 is 4. Now, to check, let's go ahead and plug in 9 and 4 into our second system to see if it's right. So remember, x is 9. So we have 9 minus y is 4. This is equal to 5. 9 minus 4 is 5. So we have 5 equals 5. Because this is right, we know that x equals 9 and y equals 4 are correct values. So now, remember, x equals 9, y is equal to 4. So remember before how we set x equals to 3 to the power of m over 2, and we set y equal to 2 to the power of m over 2. So now we can simply plug in x and y for 9 and 4. So let's first start with x equals 3 to the power of m over 2. So if we plug in 9 for x, we get 9 is equal to 3 to the power of m over 2. Now 9, this is the same thing as 3 squared, right? So now we get 3 squared is equal to 3 to the power of m over 2. Now, if we have something in the form a to the power of b is equal to a to the power of c, this means that b is equal to c. So in this case, we can think of a as 3, b as 2, and c as m over 2. Because we have two a's on both sides, this means that the exponents here are equal to each other, meaning 2 is equal to m over 2. Now to solve this, I simply have to multiply both sides by 2. These two cancel out. 2 times 2 is 4, so I'd be left with 4 is equal to m. Now let's see if we get the same answer for our second equation. We have y equals 2 to the power of m over 2. Remember, y is equal to 4. So now we have 4 is equal to 2 to the power of m over 2. Now 4, this is the same thing as 2 squared. So we have 2 squared is equal to 2 to the power of m over 2. And remember, a to the power of b is equal, if a to the power of b equals a to the power of c, b equals c. So in this case, 2 is equal to m over 2. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. These two cancel out, and I'm left with 4 is equal to m. So now that we have our value for m, let's go ahead and plug it into the original equation to see if it's right. So remember, our original equation was 3 to the power of m minus 2 to the power of m is equal to 65. Now m is equal to 4. So if I plug in m for 4, I get 3 to the power of 4 minus 2 to the power of 4 is equal to 65. 3 to the power of 4 is 81, minus 2 to the power of 4 is 16. So this is equal to 65, and 81 minus 16 is 65. So if 65 is equal to 65 because it is right, we know that m is equal to 4 is right as well. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this problem without a calculator. So, as you can see, we have the square root of 600 times 601 times 602 times 603 plus 1. And if you notice, this is a consecutive set of numbers. We have 600, 600 plus 1 is 601, 601 plus 1 is 602, and 602 plus 1 is 603. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set 600 equal to x. So I'm going to set 600 equal to x. So 600 equals x. And this means that 601 is equal to x plus 1, 602 is equal to x plus 2, and 603 is equal to x plus 3. So now we have the simplified form of this, x times x plus 1 times x plus 2 times x plus 3. And we have our plus 1 at the end. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply x plus 1 with x plus 2. So if we multiply these two, we would get x squared plus 3x plus 2. So this is what we get if we multiply these two. And we're also going to multiply x and x plus 3. So x times x plus 3, well, x times x is x squared, and x times 3 is 3x. So we have x squared plus 3x. And this is going to be in parentheses, and we obviously have our plus 1 at the end. Now this can also be changed to x squared plus 3x in parentheses plus 2 on the outside times x squared plus 3x plus 1. So now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this 2 with our x squared plus 3x. So this equals x squared plus 3x whole squared, because remember these two multiply, and we add this with 2 times x squared plus 3x, and we still have our plus 1. So what we did was we multiplied what was in these brackets with everything outside. So now that we have this, well, let's say that u, right, u is equal to x squared plus 3x. Then this would turn into u squared plus 2u plus 1. And this is equal to u plus 1 squared, right? This is equal to u plus 1 squared. So now, because we already know that u is equal to x squared plus 3x, well, let's fill in x squared plus 3x for u. So this would result in x squared plus 3x plus 1 squared. So now, as we know, x is equal to 600, right? So now if we fill in 600 for x, well, first we know that all of this is, we're finding the square root of all this, right? But then that would just cancel out this exponent here. So this would just equal x squared plus 3x plus 1. And now we can substitute 600 for x. So this would equal 600 squared plus 3 times 600 plus 1. Now, 600 squared, this is 36 with 4 zeros. So 360,000. Plus 3 times 600 is 1800. And we still have our plus 1. And this equals, well, 360,000 plus 1,800 is 361,800. And if we add our 1, we get 361,801. So this would be our final answer. And we didn't even use a calculator to solve this.